How the tables have turned for this matchup. The Giants hoping the clock didn't strike midnight on their season. Washington hoping they get to feel how it is to rock the glass slipper.
The pass, it's deflected in the air. It is picked off by Washington. It is. It's Kendall Fuller.
Kendall Fuller, back-to-back games with an INT, both big ones. Commanders fans, come on now. You know what you've been saying about that man this year. He's waiting for your apologies. Anyway, here we are again, another run-Forrest run matchup. 37 rush attempts for Washington last week, 23 pass attempts. The Commanders have now won 6 of their last 7 games, 128-plus rush yards in 5 of the 6 wins.
Toss for Robinson, first down, plenty more, and Robinson running into Atlanta territory.
In lots of their victories, they haven't cared if they're overly efficient while doing it. They're the Mike Tyson, Lil Mac body blow team. However, last week they used some of their stars they racked up, hit the start button a few times. Brian Robinson comes in off his best showing of the season. 105 yards, 5.8 a carry for a guy who was averaging under 3.5 before that game.
And it's 17 left. Here comes Robinson on another good Washington run.
So, what kind of rush defense does he face this week? The Giants looked great against Tony Pollard in Week 12, held one of the hottest backs going to 3.3 a run.
Pollard on the reverse. He's in trouble, and he's got a long way to go, and he's going to be buried. Oh, the Giants were ready.
Washington also faces a rush defense that made Zeke look great again. Gave up 92 yards to Elliott on 5.8 a carry. They've allowed 5.2 a run to running backs this year, so their play versus Elliott more in line with their body of work.
Zeke Elliott, we've talked about him a lot today. He looks fresh, he looks fast, did a nice job winding that thing all the way back out what they call the back door.
The Giants are also run-first types on offense. Is Saquon tired, or is it the line? The Commanders not getting the Barkley other defenses faced earlier this year. Last week, 39 yards, 3.5 a run. 3 of his last 4 games hasn't topped 3.5 a carry. Surprise, surprise, Giants have lost 3 of their last 4. Key common denominator, under 100 yards rushing as a team.
They'll run it again, and Barkley gets stuffed. He's going to lose yardage that time.
Keep saying it because it's the obvious. Saquon and the run game have to assert itself early. DJ, this goes for you too. Daniel Jones only ran 3 times last week. What are Jones and Barkley up against this week? It depends. Washington, 4 yards per carry allowed to quarterbacks, that's good. 4.1 yards allowed to running backs in 2022, also good.
Give it to Algier this time, and he gets hit hard by Deron Payne. There'll be a loss of a yard on the play.
Last week, though, they gave up 49 yards to Marcus Mariota on 6 attempts, allowed 4.7 a run or better to all 3 of Atlanta's running backs.
Mariota just running tough, running hard. He's feeling it right here. It's like his young days back in Oregon.
Passing games for both teams ride in the back seat most games. Daniel Jones versus Taylor Heineke. Heineke last week, 138 yards, an INT, a couple touchdowns, 88.7 rating.
Heineke, end zone, got him in! It's caught for the touchdown by John Bates.
Jones, 228 yards, a TD, no picks, 88.7 rating. Wonder if this is the first matchup between quarterbacks who both come in off of 88.7 ratings.
Jones throws over the middle, caught. It's James.
Jones wasn't able to rally New York to victory passing last week, neither aerial attack being piloted by Maverick or the Iceman. Both secondaries are solid groups. Jones and company up against a Washington defense that's held quarterbacks to a 90.8 rating, completion percentage allowed in the low 60s, no major issues versus Marcus Mariota and the Falcons pass catchers in Week 12.
Mariota climbs the pocket, too tall for Zacchaeus.
Giants secondary can make it tough on Heineke, too. They're coming in off a 2 INT game. They've had good numbers against the pass this season.
Prescott pressure throw, and it's intercepted. Julian Love has it off the rebound.
Pass rush, Heineke will attempt to elude. Last week, it was a Happy Gilmore putt attempt. Hit the QB 9 times, but they were too good for their home. 0 sacks.
Throws, lofting end zone. It is caught for the touchdown.
Washington only took down Mariota once. He isn't a hard guy to sack either. Just know this, Blue fans. This is a team with one of the highest pressure rates in the game. You don't want them pinning their ears back. Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Montez Sweat, all with 6+ sacks. Sweat letting the rhythm move him to his 7th last week.
Mariota, nothing downfield. Trying to escape, he can't.
You may see some Commanders fans in the comments section saying, hey, plus, we should have Chase back this week. Yeah, sure, next thing you're going to tell me is Bigfoot exists. He might, I don't know, which means Young could return. Either way, this has a Joe Morris, John Riggins, Giants, Redskins feel to it. Yeah, that's right, that's the feel it has. Add the puzzle pieces I left out in the comment section, include a prediction, of course. We end with those.